Okay, thanks for joining us today, everyone. I've got Paul Stewart Jones on today, and he's got an interesting story with his guitar playing and an experience of learning to play over the last year. Paul joined my program, The Process, at the end of March last year, so that's just over 1 year. He's been playing guitar now. So, Paul, thanks for jumping in and joining us.
No, nice to be with you, Ian, in person, actually. No, it's great to chat. And thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. It's good to talk to you. So yeah, Paul, let's talk a bit about your journey. So originally, what was your motivation for wanting to play the guitar?
Okay, so I think it probably goes way back, Ian. I sort of come from a pretty musical family. Not in terms of musical, not people in the family didn't play instruments, but my mum and dad were always playing music. So we came up with music and a lot of different artists from the sort of 50s and 60s. And I guess, like a lot of chaps, we all aspire to sort of play a guitar somewhere in our lives down the line. And mine came on a visit to Scotland 1 year. We went to Oban on the east coast there, and we went out to a little shack type pub. And there was a band playing there, and they were inviting people to come up and jam. People that could play the guitar. And I said to my wife then, I said that, I would love to be able to do that. I'd love to just get up on stage and play with somebody just off the cuff, just like that. Um, and I came back from that holiday and I went and bought my first guitar. And I had around 6 months worth of personal tuition lessons with a friend of mine. That didn't quite work out as well as I'd expected. It was far more difficult than I expected it to be. Um, and from then, I think the guitar sat around for about 18 years, believe it or not. And I didn't pick it up again until I saw your course advertised. So it's been a long journey.
Okay, cool. So were you starting from scratch? Like where was your guitar playing when you enrolled with me?
It was non-existent, Ian. I played a few chords, like I said, many years before that, but really couldn't remember anything. So it was back to scratch completely. Yeah.
Cool. Fair enough. And then when you signed up for the program and you joined in, what was your experience like of that?
It was good. I came across it on Facebook, and I think the thing that caught my eye was a couple of things really. One, but it was saying it was six effortless chords, and the word effortless meant it was going to be pretty easy in my view. And it was for beginners and it was for frustrated players. Yeah, so that's what attracted that to me in the first place, and I just couldn't let that guitar sit around for another 18 years. And I just sort of retired from the job as well, so I was looking for another hobby as well as sort of playing golf, and guitar was ideal right on the street.
Cool. Excellent. So that's the six what I call Django chords.
Absolutely, yeah.
Started in my opinion. Um, cool. And what was your experience when you joined the process and kind of just working your way through that and learning? What was that like?
Well, to me, I mean, I got into Facebook, and one of the first things I did was I looked, through the reviews on the guitar learning site. So I looked to see what people were saying about the course, and there were many people raving about it, saying it was easy, it suited older people that were beginners. So basically, I signed up from there, um, enrolled with you, and found out that actually it basically does what it says on the tin. So the six Django chords were sort of easy to play. They sounded like music. Everything I tried before on the guitar didn't sound like very much at all. And what I liked about it was the structure that came with the system that really attracted it. Attracted me to it because I'm a pretty structured guy, and my learning is pretty structured as well. So yeah, signed up and straight into it.
Cool, cool. So you started out with the Django chords, and what was the first song that you learned to play?
I think I learned first song was "Stand by Me" by John Lennon. and I guess I must have hit that, I don't know, some months in, after enrolling on the course. So for me, it was about trying to get some kind of chord playing going, something that sounded a bit like a tune, and then developing from there. And I think it was about really going at a pace that suited me as well. I didn't try to jump straight into a song. It was some months down the line, because I didn't want to run before I could to walk really in. So yeah, it took some time, but I wasn't going to rush it. It was all about trying to play songs. I really wanted to play a song, and I guess that's the same for everybody. But you've got to get those basics right, in my opinion, first, and that's what I tried to do.
Fantastic. Yeah, I agree. I think that any time you spend on the kind of foundations of guitar, they really do impact everything that you're going to do on the guitar. So it's important to get that solid foundation right and then build upon it from there. Um, cool. So, what other songs have you learnt during the year? So it started with "Stand by Me," and where are you now?
So at the moment, I'm into open chords. So I've come away from the Django chords, although on occasion I do go back to them. But I've learned around 14 songs now on open chords. The recent the two that I'm really into at the moment are Dead Flowers by the Rolling Stones. And I've just picked off Runaway Train by Soul Asylum. But my music is like so varied in taste. If a song sounds good to me, I like to look how it should be played. If I can do it and it suits my capabilities, then I'm going to pick it up and have a go at it. So yeah, I'm on 14 songs at the moment, and I'm trying to post as many of those as I can onto the guitar learning page, so people can look at those and perhaps get some inspiration somewhere from me as a beginner.
Yeah, fantastic. I've been following your videos in my community on Facebook, and it's great stuff. I looked up the what was it the one you just said, the train,
Oh, the Runaway Train
Runaway
by
Train, and
Soul
I
Asylum.
didn't
Yeah.
I didn't recognize it at first, and that brought back memories. When I mean I didn't recognize it when I listened to the song on YouTube. I was like, that's a great song. Yeah, very.
Yeah. That's the feedback I had from a couple of people on the group. Wow, I haven't heard that song for ages. I remember that song. That's a great song. And it's got such a great chord progression to it. It's got such a lovely beat, and it's just a great song to play along to. Um, I think probably the most challenging one that I had before that would have been Lion Eyes by the Eagles.
Great.
And again, that's such a great song to play, and once you play it to people, they really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm enjoying a vast range of songs at the moment, that I'm trying to sort of pick off. I've got a couple by sort of Taylor Swift. I've done Evermore, and I've posted that onto the guitar site.
Great.
I've done one called Love Story by Taylor Swift. That's gone onto the site. Perfect by Ed Sheeran.
Hmm.
Father and Son by Cat Stevens.
Great.
Hello by Adele.
Hmm.
Um, what else? I've got First Cut as a Deepest. I'm learning that at the moment by Cat Stevens. And some Creedence Clearwater Revival. Have you ever seen The Rain? That's a great song
Great.
too.
Yeah, they're killer. They're such a good band.
Yeah. So you can see, I can't pin my taste down to sort of one real genre. It's so wide and varied. Country music, reggae, folk.
Mhm.
But I do enjoy playing. I just love playing.
Fantastic. That's great. And so you moved on from the Django chords. You've gone up to the other levels. You're now playing open chords and things as well.
I am playing open chords. Yeah. There. I look for songs that really suit the chords that I know that I can play well at the moment. But I don't leave it there. I try and challenge myself to new chords, as well. So I don't just sit back and sort of play chords with songs with just the chords that I do know. I like to look at a song and think, well, okay, I'm going to try a new chord. So I look it up. I try it a few times. I try and play it as clean as I can, and try and fit it in, alongside all the others. But I think probably what was useful was for me along that journey in getting to open chords was the conversion from Django's to opens and sort of the structure that your course supplied to that. So it was a case of, I think you were saying one of your stats is around 51.4% of songs, can be played with Django chords. And then you sort of get into the sort of, I was downloading then the conversion charts from Django to open, sort of a C chord to a Django G or an A minor to an E minor. And there was such a great choice on your library as well to sort of pick off songs that I wanted to play, and then sort of getting into your lessons once a week as well and learning it with other people was just great. Yeah, really good stuff.
Cool, fantastic, great. Well, it's been really good to have you in the program. Really, really good. What let's tell me about what your practice looks like. Like, have you been? I know a year's a long time, but have you been picking the guitar up? How many times a week would you pick the guitar up, and how long would you practice for?
I've picked up the guitar every day since I joined your course. I have not. I don't think there's been one day where I haven't picked up the guitar. So I can get up in the morning. I'll come down and have a bit of breakfast, and then I'll go upstairs and I have about 20 minutes on the guitar, just practicing some new chords perhaps, or practicing a new strumming pattern or a new rhythm. And then I'll pop it down. I won't touch it again. I'll probably look at a bit of music on the iPhone or some of that during the day.
Mhm.
I'll go back up in the afternoon and I'll probably have another, say, 20, 25 minutes on the same stuff. And then back up again in the evening for about, I don't know, 40, 45 minute session. And then I come away. So I guess I'm picking it up on average, yeah, about 3 times a day, and in short bursts. And I think I picked up that advice from a number of members on the guitar learning group, because it's so easy to burn yourself out and just go at it for hours and hours. And it's the same old. The saying says that practice doesn't always make perfect, particularly if you're not doing it right. So for me, it's about short bursts, trying to get things right, and then sort of keep going back to it and practicing until you got it, but not exhausting yourself.
Cool, sounds great. Definitely, I'm definitely in favor of short bursts of playing, but being able to pick it up 3 times a day, that's fantastic. That's
I do it because I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it, and I think Django's just got me hooked. Django's got me hooked. They got me motivated. I wanted to do more and more. It becomes like a drug, guitar playing, and it's really good if you enjoy it, and I do. I love it. So, and I started off with the one guitar. I've now bought the electric guitar as well. So I'm doing the electric guitar and the acoustic guitar. So, I'm mixing and matching on both, which is great.
Yeah, fantastic. Excellent. All right. Well, would you recommend my teaching to people, to adults who want to start learning guitar? Or?
Absolutely, I would, Ian. Yeah, all day long. I don't think I just love the structure of the course. From the beginning, when you learn the chords themselves, the Django's, and then you've got the different ability levels, the white belt, the yellow belt, the orange belt, and the blue belt. So it's got a nice structure to it. All the materials are good in terms of the sort of chord sequencing, the 1 minute movements, and it's about learning at a pace that suits as well. So, and I think probably being able to feedback my progress, not just to you via email and on the guitar learning side, but also print out for others to sort of feedback. So the mechanisms that you've got there are absolutely great, for beginners and frustrated players. And as I said, it does what it says on the tin. And I know I've come a long way, and I realise I've got a long way to go, but I would absolutely recommend it to anybody who wants to pick up a guitar. If you've got a guitar sitting around, join the course and get playing, because it's well worth it. Yeah, indeed.
Cool, lovely stuff. Thanks, Paul. That's fantastic. It's really good to speak to you, and I really, really appreciate you jumping on the call with me and sharing your experience with everyone. Sometimes when we're learning guitar, it's easy to feel like you're on your own, and having that community and hearing your experiences, I think, will be really beneficial for people. To wrap up, what do you have any advice that you'd like to share to an adult beginner who's learning to play or wants to start playing?
To an adult beginner, I would say definitely, first of all, pick up the course, get enrolled on the course, um, get some advice from people on the guitar learning site. Don't be frightened to ask questions, and advice from people because they're a great group. I think learn at yourself, learn at your own pace. Don't be frightened that you're falling behind when you see people playing a lot better than you. It's a journey. Enjoy it. Don't make it your life's work. Enjoy, getting through different stages. And I don't know, when you get your first song nailed, particularly under Django's, yeah, just sit back and admire what you've done for yourself. So yeah, it's a journey, but most of all, I'd say enjoy it. Really enjoy it.
Cool. Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Paul. Cheers.
You're welcome, Ian, and thanks for having me on the call. Thank you.